Question is about differentiation. The equation of a curve is y equals cos cubed x times the square root of sine x, has one stationary point in the first quadrant. So to find the x coordinate of the stationary point, so stationary point means the y prime equals 0. Okay, so stationary point means y prime equals 0. So we need to find the y prime. We need to differentiate this function here. So first of all, square root means to the power of 1/2. Now we have a multiplication, u times v. We have to use the MF19 product rule. So this is actually u prime v plus v prime u. So this is the formula. Now u prime is the derivative of u. The derivative of cos x to the power of 3 is, we use this rule first. So we bring this power down. We have 3 times the new power is 2. So this is what we get using the power rule. But then, since the base is not just like a simple x, the base is cos x, we have to use the chain rule. We multiply by the derivative of the base. So the derivative of cos is minus sign here. Cos becomes minus sign. So this minus sign is because of the chain rule, because it is the derivative of cos x. So this is u prime, and the v is exactly the same, the v, now the v prime. Same concept, we bring the power down. We have 1/2 times the new power is minus 1/2. So that's because of the power rule. Again, multiplied by the derivative of the base. The derivative of sine is cos from MF19. So that's why we multiply by cos x. And the u is just the original u, just rewrite. So we're done with the differentiation. Now we simplify and solve this y prime equals 0. So let's simplify. Cos to the power of 2, you can write the power here. Minus times 3, that's minus 3. And to the power of 1/2, that is the square root of. And to the power of minus 1/2, that is 1 over the square root of. And cos times cos cubed is cos to the 4th power. So the next step is to multiply both sides by the square root of sine x. So we multiply both sides by root sine x. On the left, we multiply the first term, we multiply, cancel out, and yeah, we'll cancel out the square roots. So we have 3 cos squared sine x times sine x. That's why we get sine squared x. So square root times square root, the square root cancel out. So we have, from these two, we have just sine x. Multiplied by sine x, we get sine squared x. And from this multiplication, we cancel out. So we have only 1/2 cos to the 4th x. Okay, now we factorize. We pull out cos squared from the left, so we still have minus 3 sine squared. And on the right, we pull out cos squared, we still have cos squared, so 1/2 cos squared. Okay, we factorize cos squared. Now we have a multiplication. A times b equals 0, which means a equals 0, just like this, or b equals 0, just like this. Now if cos squared x equals 0, we take the square root of both sides. Cos x equals 0. So to find the x, we use inverse cos. Use a calculator, we get pi over 2. But this is rejected because in the domain, pi over 2 is not included. There's no equal sign. Now for the other factor equals 0, you can move the 1/2 cos squared to the right. And then you can divide both sides by cos squared. Now sine squared over cos squared is tangent squared because of the MF19 formula. And we also divide both sides by minus 3 here. So minus 1/2 divided by minus 3, we get positive 1/6. So we take the square root of both sides now. So we have tangent x equals the square root of 1/6. So in case you are wondering why do we ignore the negative square root, well, because the domain is only in the first quadrant, so we only use the positive tangent, not negative. So there's only one x coordinate, there's only one answer. Alright, I'll see you again next time.